welcome back to channel Ntiko Waluka. Namunta we are doing part C of Barbie dolls Christmas clothes. Today we are focusing on doing the head. Ay sungule xiqhoko xa hina hi ta sungula hi wool ya white and then he chain 10 what is stitches. Xiqhoko xa hina hi ta xi endla still xi sungula hi ti single stitches. The single stitches leti this time ti nga ta endla ribbing. Let me just count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so that one is 10. And then he end the chain where we are going to skip that extra chain. In the back loop we do a single stitch. This pattern, this one also, we are going to work in the back loop, but we will be turning. You remember when we were doing the top or the skirt, when we were working in a back loop, we were not turning our work. We were doing that back loop in one direction, but this time we'll be turning our work. We do both sides. Okay, so we're at the end of our first row. We make one chain, turn our work, and then work in the back loop. Work in the back loop like that. So for us to have, let me just restart. For us to have a fitting head for Barbie, we are going to make 28 rows. So we simply do that all the way. All the way we do that to get the ribbing, the single stitch ribbing pattern. Oh, so the last one, every time we must make sure you see, let me just bring it closer. This chain, we come and hook it like that, so that our ribbing pattern is almost straight. Single chain, we turn our work, we do that all the way. All the way. I just want to complete this one so that you see the ribbing effect. Yeah, so it's going to look like that, and both sides will almost be the same. So let's do 28 rows. The way we count rows is 1 2 3 4. So we've done 4. Let's meet when we have completed our 28 rows. We have completed our 28 rows. 1 2
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Now we're going to join our head. We are going to join our head. So the way we join our head, we'll still join it with using single stitches all the way. So you're going to put a crochet hook through to the last ribbing chain of the beginning, even this one, the stitch, and hook and pull out. The second, put through there, put through hook and pull out all the way to the edge. This wool is so fascinating. It's glowing also. It's so nice. It's giving it that wow effect also. Yeah, so let's meet when we are at the end. Okay, so we have completed joining our head. This is so beautiful. This ribbing stitch with single stitch is also so beautiful. So with these 3 tutorials, you've learned single stitch, normal single stitches. You've learned a single stitch worked in the back loop, and you've now learned a ribbing stitch in this fashion. So we're going to finish off this because now we're going to introduce the red. So we just simply do a slit stitch and cut this. Slit stitch like that. You can cut, but I usually like enhancing or making sure my work doesn't just is tight enough. It cannot just undo itself before I cut that. Yeah. So now we're going to introduce the red. Also with the red, we are doing single stitch all the way, but then at some stage we will be reducing the size of our head to give us that conical shape. When we introduce red, we are going to work mostly where there's that groove. So we pull our red. We are going to do 2 single stitches in one area like that. We skip that and then come there and do another 2 single stitches. So you get that V shape, like skip to the next, do 2 single stitches, skip, do 2 single stitches, skip, and then let's meet when we are at the end. We are at the end, so we simply join everything with a slip stitch like that. And now we are going to start doing our single stitches. So we have done 1 chain, and then we do our single stitches all the way around, all the way around. And let's meet when we have completed. So when you complete, when you are there, you will join this with a slip stitch. So let's do 3 rows. Let's meet after 3 rows of single stitches. If you're not sure how to join again, go back and watch part 2, part 1 of these single stitches where we were joining. We have demonstrated that there. Yeah, so we are at the end. We have done 3 rows. Now we want to reduce the size. Remember, to reduce the size, we just do a single stitch. The first one we do a single stitch. In the second and the third we do that and then pull through. This one we do a single stitch, normal single stitch, and then we do a reducing stitch like that, and we do that pattern all the way. We repeat all the way until we are at the end. Okay, so we are at the end of our reducing stitch. What we will do after reducing is 3 more single stitches. So we are repeating that just like we were reducing in when we were doing the crop top. So now we are doing normal single stitches. Let's meet when we have finished our 3 rows of single stitches. So in this hat, with this hat, we do 3 single stitches, we reduce, 3 single stitches, we reduce until we get to the tip. 3 rows completed. For a sharp eye, you will see that this one is a reducing thing. It's not very visible, but then for a sharp eye you can see where we are reducing. So it's already taking shape, it's already looking good, and we're going to continue. We're going to reduce, because remember we did 1, 2, 3, and then we reduce 1, 2, 3. Now we are reducing. Let's meet when we are at the tip of our head. So we are now at the tip. We're just going to close off the ending there with a single stitch through that tip, like that. And we are done. We're going to do a slip stitch, and we are done with our head, but not done. We will be done when we do our pom-pom, after our pom-pom. So I'm just quickly going to show you how to do the pom-pom. You need white wool now. It's pretty easy. I'll use my fingers, but there are gadgets to do pom-pom with. Just for simplicity, I'm using my 2 fingers. You will roll your wool as much as possible, and you make it thick. It depends on how thick you want it, but you just roll. I think this will be enough. So you have your ball, but before we cut, we can just do this, put the ball there, and we are going to use this to tie. So let me just cut. Let me just try and make sure it's in the middle. We tied this ball so tight, like that. Let me just make sure it's more tighter. And these strings, leave them like that. So we have tied our ball tight. So now we are going to just use a scissor in the to cut through. That. Yeah, almost there. Just make sure you have cut all these things. Still have some there. So there we have our pom-pom, but it's not nice yet, so we're just going to trim our pom-pom. These ones I will use them to tie our pom-pom with the head, so we must not cut them as yet. These three, make sure they are always okay. So just trim our pom-pom to a size that we want. There we have our pom-pom. This one I will do like that. So this is our outside. Inside, for us to not have any wool, we can always bring these ones. Always take this one inside and pull it, hook it. Okay, pull it in like that. And then place our pom-pom there. Okay, so I'm going to just reduce, fold it like this so that it doesn't take me longer to play along, just like that. So I'm going to put a needle through, hook one of these tails and pull them in. Like that. Go for the other leg. Hook them. Pull in the last leg. Hook in and it. Okay, yeah. So now that we have the pom-pom, we must secure it there on the tip. I'm going to do this a little bit. Pull. So that I can tie. Then you tie your strings, secure them tightly. Let's just cut. We have our pom-pom. That's how we get our Barbie head, Christmas head. If you want to make your own for yourself, just like I did, it's the same pattern. You just have to increase this. In my case, I have done my ribbing. This is 20 instead of 10, and the same concept, but then in this case the rows of single stitches I was doing 10 and then reduce, but then I did another pattern, but it's the same. If you want the uniform like this, it will be 10 reduce, 10 reduce, until you get your head to have a tip like that. As you can see, as you reduce your head, it goes like that, and you can also see where you are reducing. And Merry Christmas. Let's meet when we are doing other Christmas things.